So yesterday I was selling houses, and there was a gentleman who had said a phrase that we all have heard. A lot needs to fall into place. And when he said that, it gave me an epiphany, and I've been pondering it since. Oftentimes, we wait to do something until other things fall into place in this life. But then what ends up happening is those things don't fall into place, and so we never do it. You got to let a few things fall into place before you start that business. You got to let a few things fall into place before you quit your job. You got to let a few things fall into place before you can go and talk to that special someone. You got to let a few things fall into place before you ask for that promotion. The error in that thinking, the error in that mindset, is letting it fall into place. If you've ever played Tetris, you'll know that you have to build the wall perfectly. It's got to be a solid wall when you're done with it. But the pieces that need to fall into place, if you let them just fall willy-nilly, the wall won't build. You won't construct what you need to construct. Unless you give it a little nudge. Little nudge here, little nudge there, little nudge there, and then it falls into place. And it's the same thing with life. If you are sitting here and you're playing the game of life, and you think of it like Tetris, you're waiting for things to fall into place when they're not positioned to fall into place correctly. So how do you position it to fall into place correctly? Well, you need to take action. You need to make some moves in life. Simplest example I can give is the perfect partner for you is not going to just fall into your lap. You're not just going to be walking one day, bump shoulders with somebody, and it's love at first sight, and boom, you're done. That's not how it works. You have to put in effort. You have to put yourself out there. You have to take the action to take people out on dates, to be very forward with who you are and what it is you're looking for, and go through ones that don't fit that criteria until you find somebody that does. Till you find somebody that does click with you, that you can converse with, that you can be goofy with, that you can be deep with, that you can love wholeheartedly because they get you. That's the simplest example I can give. Same thing with business. A lot of people wait for certain things to fall into place before they start their business. Oh, the market's got to be just right before I get in there. I've got to let this other person go out of business before I start my business. Oh, I got to make sure that I have enough money in the bank so that I can quit my job and start my business, and then I've got something to fall back on. Stop waiting for things to just happen. You have to make them happen. If you're playing Tetris, the wall is not going to build itself if you just let the pieces fall where they may. You have to move them. You have to move them. You're not going to get a fantastic physique by just letting it fall into place. If you let the chips fall where they may, with your fitness, guess what? You want to eat the donuts. You want to eat the cake. You want to eat the junk food. You don't want to work out. And if you just let the default setting roam, you're going to be an obese couch potato in no time. But if you don't want to be an obese couch potato, you have to put in work. You have to move the pieces and build that wall. Life is like Tetris that way. Do not simply let things fall into place. Position these things so that they can fall into place. Make things fall into place. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets I happen to have, or in this case, epiphanies, that I find useful in my life because I think they may be useful in yours. If you found any value in anything that I said whatsoever, the only thing that I ask is that you make use of it. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, message me, all that fun stuff, I got a Discord server. It's the top link in the description. It's free to join. Other than that, get after it. kick some ass. I'll see you next time.